We welcome all our new subscribers and also our old friends to the channel. And we hope you're gonna enjoy our videos. And Abby, what do you want to say to our
I want to
subscribers?
say thank you for subscribing. Thanks for watching our content and providing the feedback. We are so thrilled to see the subscribers coming in, and we're excited to do the topic today as well.
Yeah, super excited. Abby, what are we talking about today?
Today I'm thinking let's do a more of a product content for this video on the
Great
topic
idea.
of
Love it.
on liquid.
Oh, liquid. What's liquid, Abby?
Mm, Liquid is a okay, as you see on the screen right now, we have some sample setup. Liquid is a open source templating language, and it's actually it's executed on the server side. And what you see is you see this type of with a curly bracket or percentage sign or double curly bracket. This is Liquid.
Mm.
Um, and compared to Liquid is one of the kind of essential skills for Power Pages development. And for me, usually the question comes in, do we use Liquid for this or do we use JavaScript for this? What is the main difference to you, Olena, when you do this type of decisions?
Okay, for the first thing which comes to my mind is security. So then we need to do something around security, do something, some checks and something we always like not just liquid, but anything which requires being super secure, like for payments and everything we do on a server, right?
Mm,
But because Power Pages architecture is the way we do not have much control of the server side of the portal, we actually have a couple of ways to do things with the server or on the server. One is Power Automate for
yes,
Power
on the side.
Pages, which is
Hmm.
great. I think we do lots of server logic with server logic with serverless Power Automate. Sounds
Yes,
funny, but you know what I mean.
yes, yes.
And the Liquid is another thing which we trust Liquid because with the JavaScript, if we think about doing some logic which needs to be done in a secure manner, if we do it with JavaScript, we're always risking it being
Mm,
somehow, changed on a client, like, you know,
yes.
hijacked it.
Hmm.
Um, then this logic is performed on a server side. We can be confident that,
That's
you know,
immutable.
yeah,
Yes, yes. And client JavaScript by the nature, it runs on the client browser, and for people with the right skill, there
with
are
the
ways
right
to
wrong skills.
right or wrong skill. Yes. Um. Yes, I totally agree. That's for me, Liquid running on the server side is one of the main key factor for it to be secure. Um. Today, I'm do we want to give a quick introduction of Liquid first? And for
Yes.
this next, like maybe 5 minutes, if you know about Liquid, you can skip ahead. Or
Yeah, don't think so. People should stuck with us and listen. It's always helpful to listen because whatever you don't know everything still. So
okay, so from Liquid is the language that actually it's firstly developed by Shopify.
hey,
It's
okay. It's all
it's
about commerce, right? It's all about
It's all
money.
about commerce, and that's why if for us, we tried this. We tried a couple of extensions available with VS Code, and a lot of them are actually specific for Shopify. You'll see a lot of when you if you Google Liquid, you see a lot of Shopify related content. And for Power Pages, Power Pages integrate Liquid into it, and it's a slightly different version that's used in
Not like
Shopify,
Shopify. No.
not like Shopify. Yes, things that you may see different things available in Shopify. It's not available here. And for Power Pages, there are things available specific to. Let me open up the page.
Hmm.
There are things available specific for Dataverse liquid tags. There are common control flow tags like if else, case when, things like this. And we have entity form, entity list as well, which is
Hmm.
for inside Power Pages. And for Dataverse, we have the Power BI chart, and one of the most common one, FetchXML as well. We use that a lot.
Hmm.
And templating like content snippet, web template, these type of things are
Yeah,
available.
inclusion of web template. I wanted to confirm with you. It's all done by Liquid, right? So we can include the template.
Yes, include of a web template is a liquid. It's
Mhm.
it's by include and template
It's
name.
probably
And
something which all developers willingly or unwillingly are using, because Microsoft uses it as well for the new portal, new website templates. I need to say templates again. Templates are different sort of templates, like a website templates.
yeah. um and um for Liquid, for it being on the server side, from my experience, debugging it, or if you have some issue, troubleshooting it is not a pleasant experience, because the nature of Liquid is running on the server side, and sometimes you get an error without without a meaningful message, and and
Ye-
we went through this trial and error process a lot, right? um, so today, I think let's try to go through this sample that we quickly throw together, which is quite simple business requirement that we kind of make up. But but let's try to debug through this or troubleshoot through this. And
mm.
I know there are some issues right now with it. If you're interested, pause the video right now and try to see if you can spot them. And for this, this is our pet detail page from our previous page video. It's basically a detail page taking a parameter of an ID, and it's trying to display the information about the pet using entity form. And here we add a very simple business logic. Let's say we have a requirement, and the requirement is that we want to display um, message to user to say, if you want to adopt this pet, do something. And the number is a number that we want a user to easily configure, not through site setting, through D365 account, telephone number, phone
Mhm.
field, something like that.
Makes
So
sense.
so let's say we finish development. This is our code. Do we want to go and try to run this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's be optimistic. It
Let's
should
be
definitely work from the first attempt.
from the first attempt. So it's a logic to do a fetch and then get the by the name, company name, and we know this company name exists, and then try to display the phone number. A very simple logic, and let's see how it goes. Line 9 position. The filter stat tag of line 9 does not have matching end tag of an entity line 9 of. So it is complaining about the tag and does not have the matching end tag, but even though it says it's a filter stat tag does not have. Let's check the filter stat tag. The filter stat tag is here,
Yeah,
and
and it's also at the end, so we can just
mhm.
close it here.
So we did not really close it. So it's kind of opening entity, and
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
didn't see when I'm typing that it's trying to close that. Let me come to fix this first. So you see the first error here, even Liquid kind of give us something. The
Mm-hmm.
page give us some Liquid error
Mm-hmm.
we can work with. It does pinpoint to a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to fix it. Oh,
Did you sync?
I need to sync. Feels like, yeah, the Liquid change. Let me sync it and try. Well, it's loading. Yes, it's still loading.
Ooh, it's very
Very
big
helpful.
ambiguous.
Yeah, now we get and this, we do actually see this type of, this message a lot. This message a bit like in the net, we have that famous object.
Object reference thing.
So this is like the Liquid version where it does not tell you too much. So here is where the challenge about to me here is where the challenge about debugging Liquid comes from, because Liquid by the nature is running on the server side, and with Power Platform, Power Pages running in the cloud, it's not like we can attach a debug session in any way
No.
to it. We can only deploy, deploy. And do you have any experience trying to solve this type of issue?
Yeah, the uh one of the ways it's mostly around the FetchXML. We had this a strategy is trying to, to print something
Yeah.
on the screen, wrapping it in the H1 tag, like some if we retrieve some records which we don't know if it's an issue with retrieving records or issue with something else, we can, for example, um, put in a H1 tag the count of the
Like
retrieved records. This how we could see if it retrieves something or anything, right? So that's one way. Using variables and then just in the middle in mid logic something if we do like if we loop through or have if then something, then trying to print variables, that's something stored temporary in a variable and print it on a on the HTML page, some type of like this rudimental really ways of debugging.
Yeah, so you would put as much as like the output you think is useful. One of the output for um I think it's very useful is sometimes we can just for FetchXML we can output it in a way like this on the page. Let's say something like this. It does print it in the print
Yeah,
the exact FetchXML on the page. We can try that, and at the same time, I want to introduce some other way of um,
yes, please.
accessing the server errors. There is this Power Pages DevTools extension from Microsoft. It's if you come to this link, we try to put this link on the description. Um, it's it's a browser extension, and currently this extension only works in Edge. So I
That
have installed it. I've installed it in Edge. If you follow the steps here, if you open the link and try to install it on your browser, you'll get something like this with the Microsoft Power Pages icon on the top, and then it's an extension like other extensions. And for this, to use it, by the way, to use it, you want to make sure you set the setting on if your website is public. So for example, if you want to turn this on for your dev, and you want to make sure this setting is configured to true. And now I have installed this this extension. Let's try to debug this and see what it shows us. So what we do is that we come here and open developer tools, and once I open my developer tools, I have my usual console, things like that. And you can try to find this one with the Power Pages icon there. And once you click on that, once you click on that, you'll see an empty page right now. So let's just refresh and see what's happening. Oh, let me make sure I sync the sync the
yeah,
latest change.
yeah. It's super cool because we always use dev tools. What
Mhm,
I really like
mhm.
about it, it's not somewhere else because having your monitoring and debugging tools here and there complicates things, right? Because you have
Yeah,
to open your dev tools regardless because this is our main tool. And then we have to open some app or something. But I think it's really convenient. Personally, I think
yeah,
it's awesome.
I agree. Like during development, console,
Hmm.
network, these things we access it constantly anyway. So I'm refreshing and let's see what is coming up. My instance is very slow these days.
It's Friday. It tells you, ooh, this is the fetch
Yeah,
XML you wanted to show.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm
is how,
outputting it.
mhm.
It's not formatted
Yeah,
nicely, but you
whatever.
do see what is the exact fetch XML. So this is one way of doing it. You can try to grab this and run it and find fetch XML builder or tester to test to running it, or you can try to come in here and see this error. And you see that when I'm viewing the error here, I have different levels. There are levels for info, which are things like this can be useful. Like for me, I didn't log in, so my current user role is anonymous user, and there are error which are what we are interested in. For this one, you see how it gives me a pretty
No, this is
useful
why
error. Yeah, it tells me that account entity does not have phone one, does not have country. Um,
quite typical issue.
quite difficult issue for us to like get uh, the column name incorrect, right? Let's go in and try to fix that. So for account entity out of box, it's actually, let's say we find out what it is. It's actually telephone one rather than phone one. And let's go and put that in. I'm gonna put it here as well. See how this is where that code was displayed on the page. So it's also another really good technique to use as well. Let's just remove it to keep the page clean and see if things are coming back. I did not sync again. And every time you refresh the page, the this it's kind of like the log keeps pushing. So if you want to, you can just clear it, or you can even download it if you want to have an issue, want to send it to somebody else. It's in JSON format. Let's refresh, and I'm expecting this to be gone because I removed it. It is doing something. However, it's not showing me the number that I expect. So it says if you like to complete then okay, let's have a look again. So it's not complaining about the fetch now, but it's not really outputting this. So what do we do now? Let's have a think. Maybe it's not getting anything.
Do we want to count? Do we want to see the count?
Yeah, good point. I think the first thing I want to do is also check whether it does retrieve anything. Um, there are we can just output it on the page like this, and if during development you can make it very very obvious. I guess let's just put H1 around it. You want H1 H1?
I love H1. Yeah, that's how I do
You
it.
you
It's
you love
in your
H1.
face.
Yes, right in your face. And there's also another way you can you can use similar to what we do. This H1, when we do this, it's basically outputted onto the page. We can also try to log it. Let me just remove this. So we can on line 14 we output it on the page as H1. Line 15 we try to log it as a message with level info, and this log we can do warning and error as well. And let's see what is it doing. It
Did
doesn't
you
really
see? Did
output.
you think it?
Did I not think it?
I
Let
don't
me.
think.
Am I going? What is going on with me? Let's try it again. I see what's wrong because I didn't get the right. It was empty. I didn't put the right fetch XML name. Let me. So
So it doesn't help you to debug everything.
it doesn't help. Like if you get the name wrong, it would just be empty. It does. So right there, and just now there we do see an empty log, which when it's a when it's a value that doesn't exist, it's not complaining. It's just doesn't output anything. That's the experience. Let's try to refresh now. See this line, there was a log info, then that's empty.
Probably has some try catch in there. It just catches and shows the displays nothing.
Yep, see
Oh, there is a record, so
there is a
we know this for sure.
it does return a record and it's not um, displaying the phone number. So this comes back to just now when we had that experience. When we get the name wrong, it doesn't output anything. And this is something to watch out for Liquid. You want to make sure that the name is right because it doesn't really produce a big good error. But we do pinpoint to that to that location where it is here. And let's have a look closely to if we get the name right and if I'm
Should it
highlighting
say account? So it should say count.
it's yeah, you're see You have good eyes.
I don't. I'm just guessing because you say watch names and like telephone. We already checked it's telephone one. The only one is left is account. This is how we triage
Yes.
and do this.
So
Welcome to the world of crazy development, pro development. AI is going to replace debugging and triaging. Gonna do it for us.
so yes, let's correct the name and let's see what if it's coming. Doo, doo. Yay, it's coming up.
Yay!
So this
The
is
phone is
the
there.
phone number is coming.
Finally. It's amazing. It's like 2 lines of code and so much pain. It's actually a pretty normal for what we do. No
Yeah, this
wonder everyone wants to replace this with something.
yeah, to be fair, we kind of putting more issues than
No,
it,
no, I don't think no,
it's no,
maybe
but
it's not
it,
true. The
it
truth is that it's pretty real, right? We
yeah,
all screw up with names and the whole accounts is quite common and the other things
yeah.
which we keep
Yeah, so
repeating.
this one you got invalid FetchXML had like invalid XML, and also the tables column name could be wrong, things like that. And this actually the debugger tool give you a pretty good information on that, and um it's a mix of different technologies to either output it on the form, use log, and try and narrow, try to pinpoint to where it is. It's that's kind of um, how we do debugging in Liquid. I hope this video is helpful. If
It
you yes.
it is definitely super helpful, and I actually didn't know that. And yeah, I know so many people who is I'm actually accidentally spoiled. It like just gave a spoiler to um some of my friends, and I couldn't wait for this video to be released
Oh,
because pretty much everyone is interested. Definitely everyone in my team is curious about this debugging technique. So thank you very much for sharing it. It is really, really useful.
thank you so much. And thanks everyone who watched this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell us what you think. How if you do something differently or you have something to share with us. And thanks for watching this video. And we will see you in the next video.
Yes,
you have
see you next
you want to
time.
say
Subscribe.
subscribe? Yes.